questions about the lab, questions about the last part. Check the transmit power setting of AP. What is the range of transmit power? So, in these questions, I would like you to explore the AP controller system. This is my own system at home, and you can go to the AP. Okay, you can see if you want to have a settings here, okay, so you can see the transmit power settings. Let me check again here. You have a transmit power setting here, right? So you can check.
Are you coming up or what?
The transmission.
Oh, sure.
Okay, and you can basically set low, medium, and high. However, you can set a custom transmit power. This is the answer of our questions on question 5. Okay, so here you are going to change the range of the dBm. Okay, so that you can change the AP, how much power to transmit. Okay, in the medium. Okay, so the range, the correct, basically we didn't get anyone answer this part correctly. Okay, maybe we didn't mention these settings in the lab. Okay, so some of you have found that low, medium, and high. Okay, but the actual answer for this part should be using custom setting, and the range is from 6 dB, okay, 6 dB to 26 for my AP. Okay, for the lab AP, I have tried that. It probably is 24 or 25, I forgot. But this is for my system here at my home. Okay, and I would like to talk about the power here more. We have minimum RSSI here, right? Do you see that? This minimum RSSI, okay, is the power, okay, that the AP will drop the client. Okay, so it can reject the client. For example, if I change the RSSI dBm to 7 dBm, minus 7 dBm, then the client, okay, will be dropped if they don't match this minimum power, so that you can limit the client that too far away from the AP connect to this AP. Okay, so if we increase the power, okay, of minimum RSSI, you will smaller, you are change the range of the coverage will be smaller. Okay, so that you lost some coverage, but you can increase the quality of the connections. Okay, so we will cover this part in wireless troubleshooting. Okay, of course you may have you may need to consider this part while you're doing the project. Okay, I didn't give you the project information, but we will talk about this next week. Okay, is that clear? Very good. Okay. And then William, the logs we can bring in is only paper, not a work document, correct? You can create your logs, your cheat sheet on on Word file, but you should print it out. Okay, what I expect is a paper. Okay, because if you put it in a Word document and then when you're scrolling up and down, I don't know how many pages you have. Okay, so please, you can either write it down or type it on a notepad or document, and then you print it out. Okay. Any questions? Okay, today is a page limit. Page limit is here. Okay, tomorrow exam, the cheat sheet will be 1 page, 2-sided. Okay, this is our page limit. 1 page and 2-sided. Okay, and today is our Q&A section, so please ask questions. Okay, this is your time. Okay.
You've had enough.
Any questions? Have you studied through the look into the lecture slides or the or the reading? Okay, is there any specific that will disqualify a cheat sheet? No. Okay, nothing will disqualify the cheat sheet. Yeah, it's anything you can bring. The only thing that you will I would disqualify the cheat sheet is that you over the limit. Okay, don't go over the limit. Any questions related to the content? No questions. Okay, so if you have no questions, I will go through the answers of assignment 3. Okay, so have you tried assignment 3 in the reading break? This is ungraded, but the content will be covered in the midterm. Okay. What would be an example questions you would put on the exam? Okay, so the exam, of course, we have a lot we have a lot of questions from in our assignments, right? Basically, each assignments we have 30, at least 30 questions. Okay, so we basically together with our graded assignments, ungraded assignments, we have 3 ungraded assignments and all quizzes. Okay, and you have quizzes, right? So basically, we have 100 questions, okay, which may similar to the midterm exams. Okay, so of course, if I ask something about the definition, okay, for example, like this, if I ask about the definition, not this one, but okay, let me open up another assignment first. Okay, so I cannot change too much if I ask something related to the definition in the midterm. Okay, so for example, what is the primary purpose of Wi-Fi Alliance? Okay, I can or the organization. Okay, what is the role of the organization? For example, this is defining 802.11 wireless standard, which is IEEE. These are the fact or definition questions. So if I cannot change too much on that, right? So you basically remember the organization or the definition of or the purpose of different organization, or for example, this one WLAN stand for. Okay, what is the definition of WLAN? And if you see some questions like this in the midterm, it is pretty similar to the assignments. Okay, but maybe the way that I ask you questions will be changed a little bit. For example, I flick the answer questions, okay, or I ask another organization. For example, this part asks you about IEEE, right? Maybe next time I ask you ISO, right? So please pay attention to the variation of the questions, okay? So the way that I ask you the questions in midterm will be similar in the assignments, from the assignments, okay? So of course, you will see some long questions or applications. This is a long questions in assignment one. So we also test it in quiz, right? So you will have some questions similar, okay? But you will not see any questions exactly the same in the assignment. So what I suggest you to prepare your cheat sheet. Don't copy anything from the assignment to the cheat sheet. Okay, you can make an example to it, or you can summarize the concept on the cheat sheet. But because you will never see any questions exactly the same. Okay, I'm not copying the questions from assignments. So you basically summarize the concept on the cheat sheet, and maybe you can, if for the calculations like this, okay, calculating the milliwatts to signal power, you better to calculate it again, okay, to try, okay, this calculation again by yourself while you're preparing the midterm, okay? So if you have any problem or while you're calculating this, even if you didn't ask any questions in today's session, you can still send me an email or put the questions on Discord, so I can reply to you, okay? So is there any questions here? So this is how the questions look like, okay? And also, yesterday I have, if you were not here, let me go back to the model shell. Yesterday, when we do the review, I have posted this question structure for you guys. Okay, so if you were not here yesterday, please take a look at these slides. Okay, very good. Okay, so if any questions? Are the short questions the math problem on the midterm? What do you mean, sir? Do you mean that you need to do some calculation steps, or just ask you the calculations and answer? Yeah, okay. So I actually forgot what I said in the short questions, but most likely if either short questions or long questions will require steps. Okay, require you to have more detail about the calculations. Okay, but if you see some questions in MC, okay, if the MC is something like this, okay, the calculations, right? Of course, if you have the quant, okay, this is our quiz, right? How many bits can be encoded to a single okay, you can calculate it, but you don't need to show the step because it's an MC, right? So if you do this in the short questions, you better show me how you get this. Of course, it depends on the marking scheme I set the questions. Okay, maybe you can give the answers directly. You can get some point on it. Okay, is that clear? Any other questions? Only questions on the format and how we do the midterm. Do you have any questions or idea about or roadblocks while you're studying the content of the course? No. Okay. Does that mean I give you the answer? I give you the content clear enough? Okay. So I move to our assignments. Okay. So we have at least 90 questions on assignments. Okay, so this is our latest assignments, our assignment 3, which is not tested in the quiz. So I would like to go through the answer for you guys so that you have more, you have clear idea of what we have taught last 2 weeks. Okay, so the assignment 3 covered from the medium access to POE. Okay, medium access, frame structure, and also the POE and and yeah, and frame structure basically. Okay, we focus on frame structure and also the POE. Okay, so now in the first questions, it's very easy because client station is everything not holding the BSS, okay, not holding the basic service set. Okay, the basic ideas. No, assignment 3 will be in the midterm, but we didn't test in the quiz. Okay, we didn't test it in the quiz, so I would like to go through the answers for you guys. Okay, so remember that the client stations, any device connect to Wi-Fi, which is not an access point, they are considered as a client station. Okay, and then DCF. Okay, this DCF, distributed coordination functions, is the technique to achieve the CSMACA. Okay, the relations of DSCF is a set of functions, okay, which is 4 steps, okay, virtual carrier sensing, pseudo-random back-off timers, physical carrier sensing, and interframe space. Okay, these are the techniques including in the DCF. Okay, and this DCF is doing this carrier sensing multiple access with collision avoidance scheme. Okay, so remember this. Okay, and also we have the MAC frame. Okay, the duration ID. Okay, duration ID field, and this duration ID is a field. Okay, this is not the actual duration of frames. Okay, so while I grading your lab 5, I found that some of you uh, was confused about the duration ID and the duration of the frame. Okay, so I can show you what does that mean. Okay, after I go through this question, this duration ID field is the mechanism of virtual carrier sense. Okay, so this is notify. Okay, this duration ID field is to notify the other stations. Okay, to tell other stations in the medium within this time. Okay, the medium is considered as BC. Okay, so other other stations will not transmit within this period. Okay, so I have opened up the Wireshark because in the lab 5 I found that some of you confused about the lab 5 here. Okay, some of you have some confusion about the duration ID, the duration, okay, of the bacon film and the duration ID field. Okay, so because this is one of the important concepts, so I would like to show you here. Okay, so for the bacon film, okay, for the bacon frame, you can check the duration here is 512 microsecond. This is the actual duration from the radio information. Okay, this is the actual duration of the frame. However, you can find another field called duration ID field here. Okay, duration field, this is 0 microsecond. Okay. So some of you have answered 0 microsecond in the to the questions. Okay. So which is not correct. Okay. So the actual duration of the frame is 512 microsecond. But why this duration field is 0? Because Bacon film has only the purpose of Bacon films is telling the clients, okay, other stations, we have this SSID and all the channel information. After that is done, okay, it's finished. So no upcoming transmission after this Bacon film. So the duration to hold the medium is 0. Okay. However, if you check this clear to send field, clear to send frame, okay, you will have duration here. Okay, you will have 292 microsecond, which means this clear to send frame wants to hold the channel for 292 microsecond. Okay. However, this clear to send frame only lasts for 28 microsecond. Is that clear? Okay. So duration is duration. That's the two duration field in the frame. The first one is the actual duration of the data frame. Okay. And the second one, this duration ID field. Okay, this is a field. This is not a field. Okay, you cannot see any. This is the radio information. This is not the field. Okay, this information is collected by the hardware. Okay, is that clear? Okay, this 802.11 radio information is collected by the hardware. This is not the 802.11 frame. Okay. However, in the frame, we can see the duration field, which is indicating the time. We should treat the medium as busy. Okay. Is that clear? So this duration ID field in the MAC header, okay, is notifying other station of the busy medium period, how long the medium is busy. Okay, so and also the CRC, what occur if the CRC fail? Okay, if CRC fail, which means no ACK, no acknowledgement sent back to the sender, okay, to the transmitter, so that the transmitter will have another transmission. Okay, we will have a layer 2 retransmission occur. Okay, we don't want that. Okay, if we have too much layer 2 retransmission, which means the medium keep busy, but no data transmitted. Okay, no data transmitted. So layer 2 retransmission occur is not good for our case. Okay, and which component of the CSMACA process, which is the DCF function, okay, including in the DCF function, which is ensure the medium is clear before transmission. Okay, so this should be physical carrier sensing. Okay, I have a question for you guys to check if you have studied this. What is physical carrier sense doing? It send a medium, the mechanism of physical carrier sensing. The medium is clear, but what actually did that physical carrier sense doing? Because I talk too much. Okay, no Q&A, then I ask you questions. Any idea? Determine the RF signal detect. Yes, good, Ryan. This is one of the steps. of media or of physical carrier sense. Okay, signal detection. Yes. What signal detection is? Detect what kind of signals? Reading the current activities. Yes. Okay. So this signal detection is for detecting now RF activities. You should be very careful with this term. As 802.11 is RF activity. Okay, but it has two stages. Okay, I can show you back the slides here. Okay, we have two stages. Okay, the signal detect, which is detect the frame of 802.11 frame. Okay, so this signal detect is dedicated for 802.11. Okay, and it has another level which is called energy detect. Okay, so Justin, if you think this is detecting RF activity, okay, this term is too broad. Okay, we have two kinds of RF activity. Okay, the first one is 802.11 frame, okay, which is WLAN, but in the channel, okay, we still have another RF activity. Okay, for example, if you're using 2.4 gigahertz band, you will have Bluetooth devices or the wireless keyboard or mouse, okay, using the same channel, okay, and they will have interference to the channel. So the transmitter, before they transmit, they also detect the energy, okay, other device using the RF frequency, okay. So WLAN activity would be more accurate. It what do you mean by accurate to the questions? No, it should be both. To my questions, I asked you, right? What is how the transmitter physical carrier sensing? Answer both, right? Because if you detect the signal from 802.11 devices, it's good, right? But how about if you have another device which is not wireless LAN devices, but it's transmitting with a high level of signal? Okay, you cannot the transmitter cannot transmit at that moment, right? Because the signal to noise ratio is too low. Okay, the noise level is too high relatively. Okay, so that means the first part of physical carrier sensing, use the transmitter should listen to the carrier, okay, to the medium before they transmit. Okay, is that clear? So this is how physical carrier sensing do. And virtual carrier sensing, right? We have virtual carrier sense, and this is done by the duration, right? And also the pseudo random backoff timer to ensure equal chance vision. Okay, the station all have chance to use the medium and the inner frame space, which means prioritize the frame. Okay, so this is how the CSMA CA, okay, mechanism doing. Okay, this is very important mechanism for wireless LAN. Okay. Next, what is the role of pseudo random backoff timer? Now we have covered this. We have just covered this, right? It ensures the stations in the medium have fair chance to access it. Okay, to use the medium. Okay, so I have talked about this. Like you have many students in the room to discuss, and you cannot talk together, right? But you can draw a number to arrange the sequence that you are going to talk to the medium, right? So that this is how the pseudo random backoff timer works. Okay, so maybe you didn't go through the slides here, but you better to pay attention to the slides of all these four mechanisms, okay? And then in the frame space is used this question is about in the frame space, okay? What does in the frame space represent in wireless network? This is a period of time between transmission of wireless frame. Okay, what it look like? What it look like is like here. Okay, so between each frame, it will has various the 802.11 standard define a different time for the frame for the space that has the weight to transmit another frames. Okay, so the highest priority frame will have lowest in the frame space. Okay, how does WMM affect pseudo random backoff timer? Okay, WMM will not affect the pseudo random backoff. No, yes, they will, but they have different slots for different media. Okay, they have different slots. Okay, this 0 to 3, 0 to 7, 0 to 15 are the pseudo random backoff slot. Okay, actually this pseudo random backoff timer is a lucky draw. Okay, drawing 0 to 15. Okay, but if you have a voice transmission, you're just drawing the number from 0 to 3. Okay, so that you will have higher priority for the voice, because if you using the same mechanism, if you are the background task, you will have 0 to 15 slots to wait, right? So if you draw from a pool of 0 to 15 and the voice frame draw from 0 to 3 range, and then you will see that you will get later, okay, to transmit to the medium. Is that clear? So there is still potentials of background to take priority over voice? Yes. But it depends on the time arrival, okay? Because you still have the in the frame back off, right? You still have some slots before that. Okay, so basically, the voice will have the highest priority, but probably yes. Okay, if the voice have draw 3 slots and background draw 0, actually, you can see here. Okay, this is earlier, right? Okay, is that clear? Okay, so. Any questions? Okay, now I go through the which question? This one. Okay, energy detect. Okay, what is the role of energy detect threshold in a clear channel assessment? Okay, so it is, we have talked about this, right? We just talked about this. It detects the presence of other RF transmissions. Okay, if other device is transmitting in the same frequency, and then this energy detect can sense, okay, the noise of the channels is very high, and then it will hold the transmission until the channel is clear. Okay, which components of CSMA-CA occurs at layer 2 frame of the OSI model? Virtual carrier sensing. Okay, so this layer 2 frame is the OSI model. This is the only mechanism in the OSI model. Okay, so you embed the frame into the OSI model. Okay, so you see this is done by the duration frame, right? The duration field in the frame. Okay, and also which function enhance the 802.11 BCF with QoS, which is hybrid coordination function. Okay, this is not WMM. WMM is category. Okay, it's the category of different QoS frame. Okay, so DCF with QoS is HCF. Okay, this is from our slides. Okay, any questions? Okay, so Ryan just asked the questions about WMM, right? So this WMM is to prioritize, okay, the application traffic during the medium contention, okay, so that voice will have highest priority to get the access to the medium, okay, and also this is the number, okay, you can mark it down on the cheat sheet in case of you have these questions, you have similar questions in the midterm, right? But the MSDU, max surface data unit, which is the data from higher layer, okay, layer 3 to layer 7, and then this maximum size of MSDU is 2304 bytes, okay. And let me go through any difficult questions. This is very intuitive, right? Matt header identifies the frame type is the frame control field. Okay, we have this here. Okay, frame control field. Okay, this is the field that identify the frame management for four type of frame types. Okay, so do you remember how many types? Okay, what are the types of that 4 types of Mac frames? Do you remember that? What are the frames type in 802.11? We have 4 frame types, but what are they? What are they? Control frame, yeah, one of them. One. Management, good. Any other? Data frame, yeah, of course we are transmitting data, so we must have data frame and extension frame, good, very good. Okay, so remember that, okay? And also we having okay, what is the okay, here, how does the station discover an AP in passive scanning? Okay, passive scanning using beacon frame, yeah. Okay, so beacon frame is actively sending out from the AP, but not sending out from the client. So the clients can listen to the beacon and then they can know how many SSID available and BSS available for them to connect, okay, to be associated. So what is the difference of passive and active scanning? I have this question in lab 5, right? I also have a questions here. Okay, what is the primary difference between active and passive? Okay, so the answer is here. Passive listen to beacons, but active scanning involves transmitting a probe request. Okay, so what are the type of probe requests? We have two kind of probe requests. What are they? We have 2 kinds of probe requests. So what are the probe requests? Response and request. No. Probe response and probe request. Okay. So we have that's now probe request. How about another one? direct pull request. Yes, good. Okay, so I think some of you have need to create the concepts about passive and active scanning here. So passive scanning is listening to the backend frame. Active scanning is sending out a pull request. How about while doing the pull the association? We have pull request along with pull response. Okay, so pull request is a request, but we still have two different kinds of pull requests. Okay, the first one is null pull request. The clients actively send out this null pull request to the air, which is a broadcast. Okay, so while all the AP stations hear this pull request, okay, they will send back the pull response to the client. Okay, so this is null pull request. Null means I don't know what SSID I would like to associate, but I would like to look for any SSID available for me. Okay, so this is how null pull request works. And another one is direct pull request. Okay, we have done this in Lab 5, right? We have studied null pull request and direct pull request in Lab 5. Okay, so I can show you the Wireshark, okay, to have as a review. Okay, so in this frame, 429, this one, okay, this is a pull request, right? But you see here, the SSID is a wildcard, it's a broadcast. So this is a null pull request. Do you remember this? We have done this in Lab 5, right? And another kind, which is here, one 136 something, 685, if I remember correct. Yeah, here. So this is another pull request, but it included a SSID. This is a direct pull request. So from this pull request, you will get one pull response. Or all the pull response you get from this request are from the APs that providing the SSID, matching the SSID you asked for. Okay, so that you will see we have fewer pull response, okay, getting back. However, if you send out a null pull response here, 429, 429, if you send out a null pull request, you will see more pull response, right? You have, I think most of you have kind of correct number for it, which is 20. You have 20 pull responses from different APs, right? From different BSS, or okay, so that you will get many pull responses if you sending out a null pull request. Okay, so don't get confused. To pull request. Okay, so this is a very important concept to identify that. Okay, is that clear? Okay, so and also I think I have to skip some of them. Okay,
come back up. You don't have to.
Here, okay, we have address identifier to identify different addresses in MAC frame. Okay, so we have 4 types of addresses in the frame. Okay, we have source address, destination address, transmitter address, and receiver address. Okay, so the source address is identifying the original sending station, not the radio. Okay, so we have application questions here. Okay, as the last questions of our assignments here. Okay, so I designed a topology like this. Okay, a server and connected with a client through a mesh system. Okay, so you have a mesh portal and the mesh point. Okay, so the mesh point using the backhaul connections here to send, okay, the data to the mesh portal, and the mesh portal forward the data to the server. Okay, so in this process, okay, the client send out the data frame, okay, from the client radio to the mesh point, and then the mesh point forward it to the mesh portal, and finally it reached the server. Okay, so this question is asking you in the addresses, okay, the source address, destination address, transmitter address, and receiver address, how they looks like in
Pop, what are you
these
doing?
two frames. Okay, frame 1 and frame 2. So this frame
What
1,
are you doing?
okay, is sending from the clients to the mesh point, okay, but the destination is the server. So the destination is the server address, right? The destination address is the server. And then the source is the client. However, the transmitter means the transmitting radio, okay, is the MAC address of the radio, okay, which is the client, okay, and the receiver address is not the server, but it is the mesh point. Okay, this is the mesh point address. Is that clear? So make sure you have understand the source address, destination, and transmitter and receiver address. Okay, and while the mesh point forward this to mesh portal. Okay, basically the source address and the destination address is the same. Okay, as the frame 1, as in frame 1. Okay, the frame 2 destination and source are the same. Why? Because this is a single transmission actually, but we include forwarding in the middle. Okay, so the only change here is the transmitter and the receiver address. The transmitter should be the mesh point, right? The mesh point transmitting the data out to the mesh portal. So the receiver is the mesh portal. Okay, is that clear? So this is how we list out the address for it. Have you tried this? Have you tried this in the reading break? Okay. So this is the application, okay? How you identify the field. And also you can actually see this from the frame capturing, right? So if you find some maybe let me find some unicast frame. Maybe it should go lower. Many big frame. Okay, here. So this action frame. Okay, action frame is a control frame. Okay, but this is a unicast frame. Okay, so you will see the receiver, transmitter, okay, and the destination and the source. Okay, so you will see the receiver is the client, okay, and the transmitter is the network, is the AP. Okay, but this time receiver and destination are the same, and transmitter and the source are the same because this is a one to. This is transmitting from the AP to the client. Okay, directly in the medium. So you won't see the frame, these two addresses are different, right? So acknowledgement as well. Okay, you will see the address, but this address is only sending to the receiver. Okay, it missed some addresses here. Only the receiver address is in the acknowledgement because it's acknowledged the frame. right? Nothing send it back. So just the receiver address is in there. Okay. So this is how you log into the addresses while you look into the frame. Of course, if you want to capture the data frame, this is another you need to do more configuration on the receiver because you have some higher layer, higher high throughput or higher standard of Wi-Fi. So if you use a lower standard adapter, you cannot capture the frame. So that's why in our lab we were using a 2.4 gigahertz old adapter, so we cannot capture too much data frames from the air. Okay, so we can basically capture the control frame, RTS, CTS, something like that, and then that's all that we got. Okay, so up to now, I think it's time to stop. Do you have any further questions about what we have talked about today? Okay, nothing. Okay. Thank you so much, and see you tomorrow. And please come on time. We have midterm tomorrow. Okay. So if you still have questions, you can send me an email or Discord. I will monitor Discord tonight, and I will try my best to answer you as soon as possible. Okay. Have a good day. See you
Hey,
tomorrow.
Carl.
Yeah.
I just need to ask you something after everyone heads out.